Brock Lesnar joins AEW, the Beast meets Moxley Wrestling News CC. What if I told you that a seismic shift just hit the wrestling world? That two of the most ferocious, unrelenting forces in professional wrestling history have just collided in AEW? Yes, Brock Lesnar. Jon Moxley. AEW. Just hearing those names together in one sentence feels like the wrestling universe itself has tilted off its axis. Some fans are buzzing with excitement, others are stunned, some downright terrified. But here's the truth. This isn't a dream. This isn't a fantasy. This is real. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, has crossed over to All Elite Wrestling. And not just as a cameo or a tease, he has joined forces with none other than Jon Moxley, AEW's most dangerous man, a relentless fighter who's been locked in a brutal war against one of AEW's deadliest factions. Tonight on Wrestling News CC, we break down every moment, every implication, and every shocking detail of this historic collision. The build-up. Jon Moxley's war. To truly appreciate the magnitude of what happened, we have to rewind. For weeks, AEW fans have witnessed one of the bloodiest, most emotionally charged rivalries in recent memory. Jon Moxley, a man known for his no-holds-barred fighting spirit, has been at war with Adam Copeland and the Rated FTR team, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. Moxley's been outnumbered and outgunned, but never outmatched in heart. Week after week, Copeland and his partners unleashed merciless attacks on Moxley. They ambushed him backstage, threw him through tables, shattered chairs across his back, and drenched him in barbed wire and blood. Adam Copeland, yes, the same Edge from WWE, reinvented with a darker, colder edge, has been merciless. And alongside the technical mastery of Rated FTR, who have become one of AEW's most feared trios, they made it clear, they weren't just fighting for wins, they wanted to end Jon Moxley. But Moxley? He's a fighter born of chaos. Every attack only fueled his fury. Each time they tried to bury him, he clawed back, bloodied but unbroken, wielding everything from steel chairs to bare fists in his fight for survival. The climactic moment, AEW Dynamite. Fast forward to the latest episode of AEW Dynamite, a match that fans will talk about for years to come. Moxley, battered and bruised, stood alone in the ring. The arena was electric with anticipation and dread. Across from him, Adam Copeland, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. The assault was swift and brutal. Copeland charged first with a spear that sent Moxley crashing to the mat. Wheeler followed up, hoisting Moxley for a devastating piledriver that echoed through the arena. Harwood locked in a submission hold so tight the crowd gasped in horror, screaming for Moxley to fight free. It looked like the end. The turning point, the arrival of the Beast. And then, the lights dropped. The crowd fell into stunned silence, the tension so thick it could be sliced with a knife. Then, a sound erupted, the thunderous opening riff of Brock Lesnar's iconic entrance theme. The arena exploded. Fans jumped to their feet, chanting, shouting, some disbelieving their own eyes. The Beast Incarnate stormed down the ramp like a force of nature unleashed. His face was a mask of fury, eyes blazing with intent. He didn't hesitate. No grand pause. No hesitation. Lesnar charged into the ring. Adam Copeland barely had time to react before Lesnar hoisted him high, delivering a thunderous F5 that shook the ring to its core. Dax Harwood charged next, and Lesnar met him mid-air with a devastating German suplex that sent him crashing down like a meteor. The aftermath, a new era. This moment isn't just a storyline, it's a tectonic shift for AEW, for the wrestling world, and for wrestling fans everywhere. What does Brock Lesnar's arrival mean? Is this a one-time shockwave? Or the start of a new alliance that could redefine AEW's landscape? Jon Moxley, already a force of nature, now has an ally whose very presence changes the game. Together, Lesnar and Moxley could become the most unstoppable force wrestling has seen in decades. Breaking it down, why Brock Lesnar? Why AEW? Let's analyze this. Brock Lesnar's WWE career is legendary, multiple world championships, UFC domination, and an aura of invincibility. But for years, Lesnar's appearances in WWE have been sporadic, leaving fans craving more. AEW has been a rising force, offering an alternative wrestling universe where freedom and innovation reign. Lesnar's crossover suggests something profound. AEW is no longer just competition, it's a powerhouse, drawing the biggest stars and rewriting the rules. And for Lesnar, aligning with Jon Moxley, a man with a similar hardcore, unpredictable style, makes perfect sense. What's next? Predictions and possibilities. With Lesnar in AEW, the door is wide open for endless possibilities. Will Lesnar and Moxley dominate the tag scene? Could we see a title run? How will Rated FTR and Adam Copeland respond? And what about WWE? How will they react to one of their biggest icons crossing the aisle? Fans are already speculating about dream matches, cross-promotional events, and even the possibility of a full Lesnar run in AEW. The wrestling world is watching, holding its breath. The history between Brock Lesnar and Jon Moxley. Before we go any further, we need to talk about the history between these two warriors. Lesnar and Moxley are two sides of the same coin, both embody chaos, brutality, and unpredictability in their own unique ways. Brock Lesnar's background is well known. He's a former NCAA Division I wrestling champion, a beast in the UFC octagon, and a multi-time WWE World Champion. Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose in WWE, reinvented himself as a hardcore icon in AEW, blending technical skill with wild brawling and a fearless attitude. Despite coming from different wrestling worlds, both men share an intensity and ferocity that make their styles complementary, and terrifying when combined. They've crossed paths briefly before in WWE, with high-profile clashes and mutual respect wrapped in rivalry. But this alliance in AEW marks a new chapter, one where those two forces combine rather than collide. What this means for AEW's women's division and other storylines. Now, you might be wondering, what about AEW's other divisions? This Lesnar-Moxley partnership doesn't overshadow AEW's entire roster. Instead, it shakes up the ecosystem, forcing every superstar to adapt. The women's division, which has been steadily growing with stars like Britt Baker, Toni Storm, and Thunder Rosa, will see an influx of attention as AEW ramps up its entire roster's storylines to complement this heavyweight drama. Lesnar's presence raises the stakes. It adds pressure for other wrestlers, male and female alike, to step up their game. And don't forget AEW's tag team division. Rated FTR, now enemies of both Moxley and Lesnar, are about to face their biggest challenge yet. The fan reaction, shock, excitement, and skepticism. Across social media and wrestling forums, reactions have been off the charts. Some fans hailed this as a dream. Final thoughts. This moment, the arrival of Brock Lesnar in AEW and his alliance with Jon Moxley, is more than just a shock. It's a statement. A challenge to the wrestling establishment. A promise that the boundaries of pro wrestling are shifting. If you thought the wrestling landscape was settled, think again. The Beast and the Lunatic. Together. It's a new era. And you'll want to stay tuned right here on Wrestling News CC for every update, every match breakdown, and every twist in this unfolding saga. Thanks for watching. If you're as blown away as I am, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. What do you think about Brock Lesnar joining AEW? Is this the start of a new era or a dangerous game? Drop your thoughts below. Until next time, keep your eyes on the ring, and your hearts ready for battle. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling News CC family, where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.